Today we're looking at a product by Llano. Now this is an HDMI 2.1 splitter. Now the reason you would buy one of these is if you have a television like the upcoming Sony A95K that only has two HDMI 2.1 ports. The nice thing about this is that this will split that one port into two, and so now technically you'll have three. If you buy two of these, then technically you'll have four. Now another interesting thing is these are only $28. You can get this for $28 on Amazon. You've probably seen some of these before. This is a two-way splitter, and what that means, just to keep it simple for you, when you have a two-way splitter, you can have two devices going into one television, or you can have one device going into two televisions. Now, the important thing to note is that when you have one device going into two televisions, you cannot play both televisions at the same time. And that's because it's a bandwidth issue with the HDMI cable. You can't have two full signals going into two televisions from one device using just those one cables because they are limited by their 48 gigabyte bandwidth. Two devices going into one television, same thing. You cannot play two devices on one television at the same time. And so if you had a picture-in-picture television, you can't have Xbox and PlayStation 5 playing on this television on split screen at the same time. It's going to be limited by the same bandwidth. This gives you a 1-to-1 ratio. Let's get this open, then we'll get it hooked up on my Samsung S95B with the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. Super simple. You got the box there. You have your device. You have the button on there that is the device switcher. You have two in, one out, but in order for this to work efficiently, it needs to be powered in order to be able to switch those signals like that. And in most cases, you can plug this USB into the open USB port of your television to power the device. There's your micro USB-B cable. So the next part is extremely easy. You're just going to go into I always do this the first time, go into your gaming consoles and confirm that they can get the 4K 120 Hertz signal in your current setup. And then once you have confirmed the 4K 120 Hertz signal, you're going to go to the back of your television there. You're going to locate the HDMI cables that you currently have plugged in. You're going to take your splitter cable. You're going to plug that into the device. You're going to take your two HDMI cables from your gaming consoles and you're going to plug those into the console, into the double HDMI end. Once you have both of those plugged in, you're going to take the other cable and you're going to plug it back, or you're going to plug it into the television if this is the first time you're setting it up. Alright, once we have it all plugged in, we're just going to go back to our two devices and confirm that we're getting the full 4K 120 Hertz. First on Xbox, second on PlayStation for this example. Then once we have it all confirmed, we're going to go ahead and test out the button. The button will switch back between the devices or sources. Alright, as you can see there is a slight 2 to 3 second, 4 second delay there as it switches, but it's switching from one source to the next. It's perfect. We have both devices confirmed and we now know that this is set up correctly and running well. Okay, so I hope that was extremely helpful for you. If you are considering the Sony A95K, you may want to pick up one or two of these, and this is compatible with both Dolby Vision VRR as well as Chroma 420, 422, and 444. It should not matter what television you have, as long as it is 4K 120 Hertz compatible, you should be able to use this particular switcher on it. And again, this is the Llano HDMI 2.1 switcher, 8K switcher, and you can get this for $28 on Amazon. Also comes with this little square here so that if you decide to tape this to the back of your television, you can use this little sticky and stick it all on. So everything's in the box minus the HDMI cables. And so in conclusion, this can expand your HDMI ports on your television to allow multiple devices to go into it, or you can connect one device to multiple televisions, and again, it's only one television or one device playing at a time, And to answer questions that I get about this sometimes, no, this will not expand a 1080p television to 4K. This will only work with the signal that is already available. And so in order for you to get full advantage of this product, you have to have an HDMI 2.1 on both sides, the device and the television has to be capable of using 4K 120 Hertz. And so that's all for me. As always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.